Hey everyone, welcome into the stream. I hope everyone's having a good night. Tonight we are going to be taking a look at Not It Spookiest Edition. This is from Snowhaven Studios and is a horror visual novel, and the artwork captured me. I really want to play this. It looks fantastic. It has a cuteness to it, which makes me wonder how gory it's going to get. I mean, look at this right here. This game contains violence and gore. If you could like, you can reduce the amount of gore, which I'm not going to do. So, I don't know. It's going to be interesting. So, thank you, Snowhaven Studios. Thank you, Indie Game Collective, for the key to play this game for you guys. And let's get into it and see how it is. I may change my overview, or my whatever you call that. Yeah, my picture. If it blocks part of the story and stuff, I'm just going to take it off. Most of the visual novel games that I do, I like to just do the screen itself without having a face cam on. I'm going to try the face cam this time, but we'll see how it goes. So let's go normal gore. I want to see it all. Not It Spookiest Edition. Got the CG gallery, decent amount. Here we go. Prepare for some very, very bad voice acting. That's Katie. Well, here we are. I made it just in time for Halloween, too. Despite today being Halloween, I don't see any decorations as I drive into town. Maybe they aren't big on Halloween here. I pull into the driveway of my new home and get out. My furniture was already delivered, so all that's left for me is to officially move in. I need to pick up a few things at the store. I might as well take care of that now. This town is small, so it's just a quick walk to the grocery store, and to my surprise, it's closed. I didn't think stores closed for Halloween. Come to think of it, the streets seem pretty empty. It's a small rural town, the main reason I chose it, but it didn't seem quite this empty when I saw the house before. There's a strange, lifeless feeling in the air, as though the town is almost abandoned.
Where is everyone?
Oh, there's some voice acting.
Most people have already left.
It's fully voice acted, possibly. I turn around at the sound of the voice and find myself facing a middle-aged man who looks rather puzzled to see me.
Sorry, what?
Who are you? Are you a visitor?
Actually, I just moved here.
Oh, that explains it. You see, I'm the mayor, so I'm used to recognizing everyone here.
I see.
You picked a poor time to move in. Everyone evacuates on Halloween because of curse.
Oh, there's a curse. What curse?
Oh dear. You mean no one told you?
No.
Told me what?
I thought I made it clear that everyone was supposed to. Oh, you bought the McKellis house, did you?
Hey, welcome in.
Yes, why?
Yeah, we're just getting started.
McKellis was intent on getting out of here. No wonder he didn't tell you about the curse. Probably thought you wouldn't buy the place if you knew.
I still don't understand what's going on.
Let me explain. Many years ago, there was a tragedy. Let's leave it at that.
That's not helpful at all. Okay.
Uh-huh.
Ever since then, this area has been cursed.
Okay.
How exactly?
On Halloween, his spirit returns. He seeks to possess someone and then gets his revenge on the town.
I'm actually quite impressed that this has basically full voice acting. I was not expecting that for a visual novel. Why Halloween?
It is the anniversary of his death.
Makes sense.
So the spirit celebrates his death by wreaking havoc on random people.
Perhaps it is when his rage is most fierce.
Am I actually supposed to believe this story, or is it just a prank that they play on newcomers?
Excuse me, I need to make my own preparations to leave.
He hurries past me, nearly knocking me over in his haste to get by, and all but runs down the street. That was extremely weird. It does seem like people have left town, though. There's got to be something else someone else I can ask about what's going on. Spooky Halloween? Let's go to a church. Come on. A church seems like a good place to ask about curses, so I head to the church. It's nearly empty, although not entirely.
Oh, hello. Are you here to pray before leaving as well?
Not exactly. I'm trying to figure out what's going on. I just moved here.
It's good to meet you. I'm Rita. Oh my, you picked a bad day to arrive, didn't you?
I didn't realize moving in on Halloween would be an issue. I'm Katie, by the way.
You mean no one warned you about the curse? How terrible.
Huh. There really is a curse then.
Yes, and if you know what's good for you, you'll get out with the rest of us.
This is all so strange.
You have doubts, do you?
I have to admit I do, yes.
Well, just head over to the Historical Society, and you'll learn everything you need to know about the curse.
Thank you.
Okay. This Historical Society, huh? Guess I should head over there and try to figure this thing out. I find the Historical Society pretty easily, and to my surprise, it's still open.
Can I help you with something?
Considering the way the rest of the town is right now, I'm surprised anyone's here.
I'll be closing up soon. I don't believe we've met before, though. I'm Willow.
Katie, I just moved into town.
Oh my. And today of all days.
I was told I can learn more about the curse if I came here.
That's right. This is the Historical Society, after all. So you can find everything related to our town's history here.
And it's really true that people evacuate the town every Halloween?
Yes, it's been going on so long now. I'm amazed people around the country don't know about it.
This is so weird. I guess let's learn about the origin of who died.
Where should I look to find information about the curse's origins?
Oh, you'll want to look all the way in the back at the newspaper articles from the 1800s.
That long ago, huh? I head to the back of the room. There are documents and records of the town's history all over the place, but they became fewer and fewer the deeper I go. Soon I reach a small section marked 1800s. There's very little here, but a few yellowed newspaper articles have been carefully preserved. The first one is from November 1st, 1832. Hermit hiding on Halloween? 29-year-old Matthew Hayer, known to be a recluse by his neighbors, was reported missing late last night, Halloween, after his house was found unexpectedly empty by trick-or-treaters attempting to break in. Police discourage the act of trespassing, but are taking anyone with any information on his whereabouts to report to the sheriff's office. I move to the next newspaper, November 14th, 1832. Matthew Hayer found dead. After vanishing on Halloween, police had no leads on the disappearance of 29-year-old Matthew Hayer until last night. His body was discovered in the woods roughly a quarter mile outside of town by police just after nightfall. Evidence suggests Hayer had been beaten to death by an unknown location before being transported to the place he was actually found. The investigation is ongoing. Another article from December 6, 1832 is carefully preserved beneath it. Cold case. It's been almost 4 weeks since the death of 29-year-old Matthew Hayer, and the police are still searching for suspects in his suspected murder. Hayer was reclusive, the sheriff said, when questioned about the lack of progress. This makes it difficult to pin down his movements or any enemies he might have had. Hayer had been considered strange by many local residents, and when asked, residents admit to him being a little relieved that he's no longer around. So after a month of searching, they didn't have any leads and were considering dropping the case. Next few articles have nothing to do with the curse, only the town's history. But at last I spot the name Hayer once again. What? This is from October 20th, 1833. That's almost a year later. Hayer murderers finally caught. After a year, there's been a new break in the Matthew Hayer murder investigation. A group of 5 people, 4 teenagers and 1 adult, came forward Monday and confessed to assaulting and murdering Hayer almost a year ago. The attack took place earlier that Halloween night while Hayer was walking down the road back toward his house from downtown, after which they relocated his body to the woods. Some of the attackers state they came forward with the confession so long after the incident because, in their words, Hayer placed a curse on this town. According to the attackers, Hayer used his dying breath to curse not only his killers, but the entire town, blaming everyone here for what had happened to him, and that he swore to get his revenge the next Halloween. There was something weird about him, one boy confessed. I honestly think he meant it. The police have yet to comment on any supernatural implications of Hayer's death. Hey, what's up, man? Welcome in. Hope you're ready for a spooky story. How you doing tonight? Finally, there's one more right beside it from November 1st, 1833. Revenge from the grave? The 5 culprits in the Hayer murder, who had been awaiting trial, died late last night. The guard on duty shot all 5 of them before killing himself. The officer had no known ties to Matthew Hayer, so his motives are unknown. I didn't get to this one during Halloween. I wanted to, but it's been on my backlog for a couple weeks. But I've been wanting to play it, so here we go. And the cool thing is, if you hadn't noticed earlier, I'm not going to have to read all this one. Parts of it, when they're actually talking, is voice acted, and from what I can tell, fairly well too, so it's really cool. But we're just now getting into learning why this town is cursed. Let's see. Police declined to comment on the possibility that this was Matthew Hayer's promised revenge. I know, right?
So that's how it all started, huh?
Okay, let's look for evidence of this thing. Is it real? I mean, I just saw that 5 people
Where should
died.
I look to find evidence of the curse?
Evidence? That would be scattered throughout our history. 10 years ago is when the evacuation started.
10 years ago, huh? Most of the documents and records on display seem to be highlighting the high points, or low points in this case, of town's history. There's a man nearby reading some of them, but he doesn't look up as I pass. Finally, I reach a framed notice about 10 years earlier. Stay safe this Halloween. In light of incidents throughout the year suggesting Matthew Hayer's curse on the town is real, and will affect anyone within the town's borders, it is requested that everyone evacuate on October 31st. This evacuation is voluntary but highly encouraged. Police will help pay for any expenses. The curse appears to be restricted to the town and its immediate surroundings. Going at least 10 miles away is recommended. Oh, come on, mouse. Okay, why is my mouse not working? It will be safe to return on the town on November 1st. Hold on, this thing is acting up on me. This is a very old mouse. I love it, but it is old. Oh, crap. Hold on. Yeah, here it is. The police pay for people's expenses? They're really serious about this. Near the notice, there's a magazine article titled, "The Halloween Curse, How a Dead Man Terrified Citizens of a Small Town." Do curses really exist? The inhabitants of this small town would tell you yes, without a doubt. The story of this curse goes back to a man who died centuries earlier on Halloween, and supposedly cursed the entire town with desires for revenge. Ever since then, strange, tragic accidents have happened on Halloween. A prison guard who murdered all the prisoners before turning the gun on himself. A mother who killed her children and 2 neighbors. A stranger from out of town who went on a shooting spree. That's pretty serious. Circumstances are always different, but in every case the culprit claims to have no memory of the crime. As each Halloween passed with a new tragedy, people began to whisper it was the dead man's spirit possessing a person each year to exact revenge. That matches what the mayor told me. The rest of the articles related to the curse document the incidents mentioned in the magazine article, among others. If something awful happened every Halloween, I guess it's not surprising they started to believe in the curse. That should be good. Let's see.
I think I understand enough now.
Good, because it's actually about closing time.
I think I understand enough now.
Oh, I can use the mouse wheel to actually go back to different scenes. That's nice.
Good, because it's actually about closing time.
Getting out of town to avoid the curse, huh?
Actually, I don't believe in the curse.
Huh.
How do you explain all the evidence?
Evidence? It's all circumstantial. A few bad things happen on Halloween, and people see a pattern where there isn't one.
Didn't something happen every Halloween, though?
Coincidence. Besides, once people started talking about the curse, that must have fed into it.
I don't know. There may be something to it.
I'm not surprised you say that. Most people believe in it after all. I've gotten used to being the only one who doubts.
Doesn't it bother you?
Not really. Other people's superstition can't change what I believe.
How can you say that?
The man who had been reading historical documents turns away from the displays to fix us with a furious glare.
The curse exists. Doubting the curse is asking for trouble.
Calm down, Joseph.
Calm down? Disbelief like yours is what gets people killed.
I'm going to evacuate, so don't worry.
You evacuate even though you don't believe in the curse?
What else am I going to do? Spend the night all alone in an abandoned town? With everyone else gone, then there would be legitimate things to worry about.
That makes sense, actually.
So if you need a ride, you're welcome to come with me. I usually carpool with my friend Rita.
Where do people go anyway?
Some visit relatives, some plan trips for this time of year. Most just go to the next town over, though. It's about 20 miles away. The motel there loves the business.
I'll bet.
The door opens, and the woman I met at the church pokes her head in.
If anyone needs to carpool with me, you better hurry. Nearly everyone else is gone, and I won't wait much longer.
That's Rita. Since I don't drive, I usually go with her.
Don't leave without me!
He races out of the historical society, and Willow and I follow.
What in the world? My tires!
Oh no. She stares in horror at the parked car along the curb. 2 of its tires are flat.
It was just fine a minute ago.
Oh God, it's happening already!
Calm down.
Calm down. Calm down? We're all going to die!
Jesus. Yeah, we can take my car.
Bless you, darling. You're a lifesaver.
They follow me up the road toward my new house. I can't say I'm crazy about this, but they're so upset I feel bad not helping them out. When we reach the driveway, I glance up at the house. I haven't even gotten the property to move in yet. Under the circumstances, however, it seems my official move-in will have to wait a little longer. I reach into my coat pocket for my keys. Huh?
Is something wrong?
My keys are gone.
What?
First my tires, now her keys. It started already.
So one of us is the killer, is what I'm presuming.
No, 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 no!
How could the killer steal my keys? They all stare at me.
What?
You're all acting like this is part of the curse, but how is that possible?
Someone must already be possessed, and they found a way to steal your keys.
Or maybe she's...
Let's see here. That music is a little loud. Turn it down just a hair and turn up the voice volume just a sec. Yeah, that should be good.
Seriously?
Hey,
They take off together in the direction of the sound. Willow and I follow. I'll be happy to get out of here. Things are just getting a little too weird for me. We find the car downtown. It's parked outside a small brick building with a sign that declares it to be the local inn. As a group, we walk toward the inn's doors. A man standing inside, just inside the inn.
I just hope it isn't the killer.
What's with you guys?
Finally, some people. Say, what's going on around here?
Who are you?
This isn't it.
Can we use your car?
What's with you guys?
You must be from out of town, aren't you?
Yeah, the name's Vinny. Came here looking for a room, but there's no one here. This isn't it, isn't it?
It is. But everyone else is already evacuated.
Should we tell him?
We're the only ones left.
Whoa, evacuated. What's
I
going
don't know,
on?
if I say there's a curse on the town, that makes me think I believe in it too, which I kind of do. Do we even want to tell him that? Will he freak out or will he just kind of dismiss us? There's a curse on the town. His voice is actually very loud. Let's turn it down just a hair.
A curse?
Yes, and if we don't get out of here this instant, we're all going to die!
Calm down.
Are you guys on the level?
You
Shaking
did
his head, he
notice that
walks
there's
in,
no one else in town,
walks to the
right?
indoors and pushes.
We really need your help.
Are we locked
Fine,
in now?
whatever. You people seem desperate, so I'll help out.
He pulls on the door instead, but it still doesn't budge.
Huh?
Is something wrong?
Door
Joseph
won't
pushes
open.
past all of us and throws himself
Must
against
have
the
it
door.
Backwards.
He struggles with it frantically, trying to get it open.
What in the? You're telling me we're locked in?
What?
First read his tires, then my keys, now this.
We need to deal with this logically.
Logically? Are you insane? We're still here on Halloween, and someone locked us in!
It is suspicious.
Really starting to seem like someone is trying to keep us here.
It's happened already. He's already possessed someone, and we're his next victims!
I was thinking the same thing.
Would someone fill me in? Did he just say
Stranger
someone was-
coincidences have happened in the past. We don't need to lose our heads over it.
Did you have to say it that way? Did you really have to?
Could someone fill me in? Did he just say someone was possessed?
Get real.
As if you don't know.
Huh?
Joseph, what are
She's
you
just over here
implying?
like, oh, come on, guys.
That it's him! That's what I'm implying! He's
A
the
slow
one who
creak
lured us
somewhere
in
above
here.
us makes him fall silent.
Whoa, Lou.
We all exchange
Get
glances.
real.
If it wasn't for you,
That sounded like someone walking around
Now we-
upstairs. Another creak comes from above us, followed by a thud.
But no one came when it rang the bell.
But wait. But there aren't any further sounds from the second floor.
Someone else is in here.
No one came when I rang the bell.
might have just been the wind knocking the shutters around.
Should we
Why?
go see?
No!
No.
Honestly,
Have
I think
fun.
we should focus on trying to get this door open. That's our real problem.
Well, I'm going upstairs. Is anyone coming with me?
I'd rather stay here.
Anyone else?
Don't look at me!
I told you. I want to focus on getting this door open.
One of them, or both of them, are going to die.
Are you really going to make me go up there alone?
I don't get it, but if you're that worried, I'll go with you. Might as well.
Thank you. You're a kind young man.
Uh-huh.
Oh, sure. Go upstairs with the stranger who just happened to show up and lure us all in.
Would you quit implying
Vinny
things
snorts,
about
but
me?
follows
I
Rita
don't even
toward the
know what's going
staircase.
on until you people
The stairs
barged
creak
in.
as the two of them head upstairs, leaving the three of us alone.
I would much rather have
Willow
Vinny
crouches
with
in front
me
of the
than
door
go
and
up there
inspects it.
alone, so I'll take my chances.
Not exactly, but...
But what?
Talk about a
well,
major
there's
clue.
a keyhole.
But not the kind I was hoping
assume
for.
There's a keyhole on the other side as well.
Wait a minute.
That's right. It can't have been an accident after all. If the door is locked, then someone must have locked it intentionally using a key.
Now do you believe me? This is the curse!
That's nonsense!
Are you really so confident, even with everything that's happened to us?
I'll admit, things are starting to seem a bit dangerous.
All the talk about
As
keeping
long
our
as we
heads
keep
and
our
stuff,
heads and work together,
someone's gonna
we'll
be
get through this.
decapitated, I swear.
We need to be prepared for anything.
I'm sorry,
Killer is probably
but it's
watching
true.
us right now, waiting, deciding which one of us he'll kill first.
Would you stop saying things like that?
Excuse me if I find it difficult to stay calm at a time like this.
Please calm down.
Why? So you can explain
I'm
how there
assuming
is
they
no
didn't
curse,
slash
and
his
it's
car's
entirely
tires too.
coincidental that someone
And if you
locked
locked
us
us
in
in
after
from the
removing our
outside, the car was
transportation.
right there, running.
No.
He could have
because
took the
if we can
key,
get
the
out
car
of here,
keys, slashed
we
the
can
tires
take
on
Vinny's
it.
car.
Assuming he doesn't murder us.
Stop that. You can't mistrust Vinny just because he's a stranger. We need to find the key for this door.
Forget the key. Let's just bust down the door or break a window.
I like Willow,
This is
so let's
no
go for the
time
key.
to turn to vandalism.
It's better than being dead.
I refuse to be party to such things.
He hurries toward the door and marks staff, presumably to search for a hammer.
I think we should look for the key.
Fine. You two search for the key. Me? I'm getting myself a hammer and busting out of here.
Oh dear.
Is he always like this?
He's always a bit high-strung, but Halloween brings out the worst in him.
We do need to
Yes,
stay
everyone
calm, but there is
sits
someone
around
out there,
this
so...
the town's history.
It's just so silly, though. We'd all be better off if people would stop panicking about the curse.
That's true. Saying it's one thing, but putting it into practice is quite another.
Thank
Don't panic, stay calm, we can get through this.
Panicking
We look
won't
through the
accomplish
lobby for the
anything,
key, but there's no
no
sign of
matter what's
anything
going
but
on.
individual room keys.
Exactly.
From there, we move onto the small common area with couches and a table, but there's still no key. Checking the dining area feels like a stretch, but we go over it with no success.
Hey, shouldn't someone have been managing the inn? And why didn't they lock up before they left?
That's right. The innkeeper always locks up before leaving. I suppose he could have panicked.
Or maybe he's still here somewhere. Maybe that was him we heard.
That would be quite
I'm
a
suddenly
strong
all too
blow.
aware that 5 of us came in here, and now there's only 2 of
Hasn't it
us.
been a while since Rita and Vinny went upstairs? What do you think's taking so long?
I don't know. Joseph is taking an awfully long time to find his hammer, too.
Why should we split up, though? Yeah, splitting up is a bad idea.
Do you think we should check on them?
I'll go check on Joseph. I can check the staff rooms for the key while I'm at it. You make sure Rita and Vinny are alright.
It isn't just the curse we have to worry about after all, but also each other.
Oh, very well. If you're going to be uncomfortable with it, we'll look together.
She opens the door marked staff, and we step inside. Turns out to be a large dark storage room. I turn on the lights, but the dim
We
bulb
should check
barely
on
offers
Joseph
any
and see if there's a
illumination.
key in there.
Great.
Okay.
Only silence greets us. We exchange glances and slowly creep through the storage room. He might be panicking right now, considering how upset he was before.
Joseph, are you in here?
He pops up from behind a pile of boxes, clutching a hammer.
Joseph?
Joseph? It's just us. Are you okay?
Why were you hiding?
What are you
He
doing
glances at the
here?
boxes around him.
We came looking for you because we were worried.
Worried? You were worried about me? Hiding? I found the hammer, but then I started thinking about the curse.
I understand. Hiding in a place like this must have seemed like the safest option.
How do I know you weren't here to kill me?
We wouldn't have called out to you, for one thing.
I promise. We're not possessed. No one is going to kill you.
He shakes his head and grips his hair.
Came in here because you were worried about me?
Yes.
Even though I don't believe in the curse, I thought something might have happened.
He wants to spend the entire night in the storage room?
You have to leave me here!
What?
Please! Let me stay in here.
I feel this is a life or death choice here.
I don't want to die.
And I am not comfortable either way.
What do you think, Katie?
If you guys are still watching, what do you think? Should we let him hide in here? I mean, is there only one entrance to this area? I don't know. I'm leaning toward taking him with us. Oh, Lord. Now let's go ahead and take him with us. To the best of our ability.
That's ridiculous.
Joseph keeps a tight grip on his hammer, but doesn't object as Willow and I guide him toward the door.
What are you going to do?
In the state he's in right now, I'm not sure it's safe to leave him all
Here in
alone.
the storage room. Come back with
We
us.
emerge into the lobby
Make sure
together.
nothing happens to you.
Just as the door swings shut behind us, we hear footsteps on the staircase. Rita leads the way downstairs, followed by Vinny, a man in a police uniform, and another old man they're helping. I mean, I know the character design makes them all look kind of creepy,
Officer Mac upstairs.
but
He
look
was
at
trying
that
to help Frank
face.
because Frank hurt his leg and
I
couldn't
mean,
out.
We understand you folks have had some trouble with the door.
I don't know about him. I don't know. He slumps again against the wall, but his grip on the hammer never loosens.
That's right. We're locked in.
Vinny and Mike help
Does
Frank over to
Frank
the
have a
door.
key?
Frank pulls out a set of keys and inserts the largest key into the lock. It goes in easily and he tries the door.
Thank God.
Nothing happens. We didn't touch your door.
What did you people do?
What?
It's not locked. You broke it.
Excuse me?
Looked like my internet was kind of
Oh, I
acting up
tried the
there.
key, nothing
Sorry for
happened.
the stutters.
The door is broken.
Oh, it's still doing it. Why is it still doing that? Don't do that.
It's absolutely possible. The timing here is the curious thing.
Don't be a butt. Okay.
The door was fine till you came in.
Do you mean someone sabotaged the lock once we were already inside?
Yes, that's likely. Although,
What is it?
I've seen enough over the years to make me believe the curse is real. If Matthew Hayers possessed someone, he wouldn't just trap us somewhere.
Are you saying the saboteur has to be someone in the inn? Wouldn't we have noticed what they were doing?
He walks into the inn's common area and sits down.
Would we have?
After a moment, the
We were
rest of
so
us all do the
anxious to
same.
escape. I can barely remember any of it now.
I don't like being trapped
I
here.
suggest we all sit
Is there
down
really a
and
chance
talk
one of us
about
did it on
The
purpose?
best thing we can do is keep an eye on one another until morning comes.
For a while, we all just look at each other. Don't start that.
Vinny's car.
I think it's
That's
Willow.
hardly evidence.
What?
You're always denying the curse, and you're the one who noticed Vinny's car.
Oh my, that's right. If Willow hadn't noticed the car, we wouldn't be in here at all.
That's hardly evidence.
It isn't perfect, but I must admit, more evidence points toward you right now than to anyone else.
Father, no one needs to die.
This is unbelievable.
Are you going to kill me?
No!
What?
Lies. I know you are. I've always known I'd die this way.
Now calm down. No one needs to die.
What do you recommend we do?
Nothing.
Sorry.
Oh, shut up,
what?
Joseph.
No one tries anything. Nothing needs to be done. As long as we keep an eye on each other for the rest of the night, nothing can go wrong.
I'm certainly not going to try anything.
No, don't believe it! Don't believe it!
Calm down.
I've read the story.
He lunges at Willow, raising a hammer.
Be. Should wait until you fall
Two guns fire at the same time.
I will not fall asleep while guarding.
Joseph's body falls limp to the ground.
You can say that now, but we'll be the ones
What?
to pay the price!
Mike and Vinny both have guns drawn, aimed at Joseph.
No!
Oh, damn. Oh, damn. No, I think he was just freaked out.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
I can't believe he tried to kill you.
What's it to you?
I know. Oh my goodness.
Does this mean? Joseph was the one possessed?
Everyone shut up and just sit down. This is not going to end well.
Why does this guy have a gun?
Me? What's it to you?
Seems awfully suspicious.
Oh my. Now that I think about it, Vinny is the whole reason we're trapped in the inn.
I see. So there's a chance Joseph was really frightened, not possessed.
You're all nuts.
Please, stay calm.
Calm? I stop at a small town on my way home to be with my family. Nice little town to spend Halloween. Or so I
Amen.
think. Next thing I know, I'm locked in an inn with a bunch of crackpots who believe one of them is possessed.
Things have been pretty strange around here, though.
Nothing has happened here tonight that can't be explained away by paranoia.
He has a point.
Yes, I quite agree. There is no curse. Everyone is just letting their fear override their common sense.
You have no real reason
Yeah.
to suspect me of anything.
Then you won't mind sitting with us here all night long. Yes.
I don't want to be rude, but it seems to me you're awfully eager for us all to stay together overnight.
Is there a problem? Seems like the safest solution to me.
It's just...
Don't spread the paranoia.
We'll probably fall asleep, but you're trained to stay awake even when you're tired, aren't you?
I can assure you I'll be awake to protect everyone.
To protect us, or to kill us.
You actually suspect me?
Matthew Hayer could possess anyone, even you.
Have I given you any reason to suspect
It
me?
is possible.
Well, it just occurred to me that you were upstairs when we got here, only we didn't know that for a while. You could have done something to the door ahead of time to trap us in here.
That's absurd.
I hate to mention it, but I couldn't help but notice how interested you were in picking someone to blame.
Exactly.
What are you talking about? I was trying to get to the bottom of this whole thing.
Still, if all we have to do is sit together, it doesn't matter.
But he also has a weapon, though.
Asking so many questions just makes us suspicious of one another.
Fine. What do you want me to do?
I think I would feel much safer if you were locked in another room.
You want to lock me in another room?
She jumps to her
Suppose the rest of
feet.
you will be out here together.
Mike also stands. He draws his gun.
Anyone else find it just a bit suspicious that Rita wants me, the person who has vowed to defend all of you, locked up so I can't reach you?
What are you implying?
Then he jumps to his feet as well, and he has his gun drawn again. He aims it at Mike, but he
I'm
hesitates.
saying I think the real person Matthew
Any
Hager
second now, Mike
possessed
will shoot Rita.
is you, Rita.
If Vinny shoots him first, we'll save her, but Mike
It
might die
really
instead.
is you, isn't it?
Ah, dang. Because I'm kind of actually suspecting Rita myself. She's, I don't know. She kind of insinuated some stuff that... Crap. Don't shoot. Don't do it, Vinny. Mike knows what he's doing. I don't believe he's possessed. His plan was a good one. And Rita's objection is suspicious. We have to trust him. Vinny glances at me, then slowly lowers his gun. Mike fires his gun. It hits Rita in the chest and she staggers backward.
Don't do it!
Mike fires again. Oh God. This is horrible. When Rita goes
I don't know
still,
what
Mike
you were
turns to
planning,
us.
But I won't let it happen.
I wasn't planning anything.
You really think it was her?
I'm sorry.
I sure hope it's over.
She might have just
It's a
been
long,
scared.
tense night together. I don't manage to get
Guess
any
we're
sleep
all
at all.
sitting around together tonight after
When morning
all.
arrives and all of us
Huh.
were sitting together, or still alive, it's a welcome relief.
I think that is for the best.
Soon, people begin returning to town, and they're able to break us out of the inn. Technically, this is my home now. I should get on with moving in as I intended to do. But the memories of what happened at the inn still haunt me. Everyone says we were lucky to get away with only 2 people dying. They consider it fortunate. I don't feel fortunate at all. One way or another, I'm getting out of this town, so as soon as I can. Maybe then the nightmares will stop. Okay. Was that one of the endings, I guess? Interesting. Interesting. That didn't take long at all. So it actually is one of those two. It's either Joseph or Rita. Unless they change it each time you play, I'm not sure. Okay, let's go ahead and skip all this stuff. Let's go to the police station first this time. Police station is just around the corner from the grocery store, so I head there. To my relief, it's open.
You picked a poor time to move in. On Halloween, his spirit returns. Excuse me, I need to make my own preparations to leave.
Yes, do you need help?
I mainly need information. I just moved into town. You see,
You picked a terrible time to do it.
is there really an evacuation?
Yes, and if you need any help getting out, just say the word. I'm Officer Mike, and it's my duty to make sure everyone evacuates safely.
Why are people evacuating?
Didn't they tell you? It's Halloween. That means the curse will strike soon. If I were you, I'd get out of here while you still can.
You mean it's real?
Very real.
You've seen proof of the curse, then?
Yes, and it's all been recorded at the Historical Society. Now, unless you need help, I need to finish up a few things here.
Yep,
and then
I've already
check
seen
to
all
make
this.
sure everyone's evacuated.
I see. Thank you for your time.
Yes, it's been going on so long now. I'm amazed people are.
You're the first person I've met here who doesn't.
It's all coincidence and paranoia, if you ask me. The people of this town have done a better job tormenting themselves than a ghost ever. I'm not surprised you say that. Most people believe in it.
How can you say that? The curse exists.
I'll bet.
If anyone
Okay,
needs
so
a
this is
couple
changing the
with
story a
me,
little
better-
bit.
That's Rita. Since I don't drive, I usually go
We walk
there.
together toward the police station. Sure enough, the police car is still parked
Calm
alongside
down.
it.
We're all going
Inside,
to
however,
die.
the station is empty.
That's right. Officer Mike always helps out with the evacuations. He must still be here.
Then let's hurry.
Hello? Anyone here?
Back outside, we stand by the parked police
Doesn't
car
look
and
like
look
he's
at
the
one
station
another.
Anymore, but since he left his car. he
Shut
must
up,
be
Joseph.
home.
Jesus Christ.
Oh God, what if he's already dead?
We could just wait outside the station for him.
He's dead. He's dead and we're all doomed.
We all look at her.
You don't know that.
And you don't know he is.
She points
It's the
toward
curse,
a
I
small
tell
brick
you.
building with a
He's
sign
the
that
first
declares it to be
victim.
the local inn. More important, out front, a car sits with its motor
Thought
still
everyone
running.
else had evacuated, but
Okay, we've seen this.
What is it?
look over there.
Come on. Skip. Stupid mouse. Hold on. Give me 1 second. I'm going to go get my other mouse. It'll work a lot better.
Someone's
I will
still
be right
here?
back, guys.
Thank goodness.
Okay, there we go. And we are back. Let's see here. Let's see if this mouse works a lot better.
What if it's the killer?
Oh, I can't skip this part, it seems.
Do you really think he killed Mike and then raced into the inn?
It's possible. Who knows what goes on in the mind of a centuries dead ghost?
We should at least go and take a look.
3 of them walk toward the inn, and I follow. I'll be happy to get out of here. All this talk about curses is giving me the creeps. A man is standing just inside the inn.
Whoa, evacuated. What's going on?
Yeah, there's a curse.
I was willing to consider the possibility that what happened to my tires was a coincidence, but now I'm not so sure.
It's happened already. He's already possessed someone, and we're his next victims!
It's suspicious.
Well, I'm going upstairs. Is anyone coming with me?
Let's go upstairs this time. I'll go.
I'll go too.
Why not? Come on.
Thank you, dear.
Leaving Willow, Joseph, and Vinny to work on the door, Rita and I head to the inn's creaky staircase. At the top of the stairs, the hallway goes in 2 directions, with each wing of the inn having 4 rooms.
Hello?
There's no answer. The second floor is silent.
We should probably check the rooms, just to be sure.
I agree. Do you think we should stick together? We probably can cover more ground if we split up.
Let's go haphazard all the way. Let's split up.
Let's split up.
All right. If either of us runs into danger, we'll just shout for help.
Got it.
She heads toward the left wing, so I take the right. I open the door to the first room, numbered 4. It's empty. I check the bathroom just to be sure, then return to the hall. From the other wing, I can hear Rita opening another door, and I move on to room 5.
Who are you?
Ah!
An elderly man is sitting on the bed, giving me a suspicious look.
Never seen you around here before. Visitor?
I just moved into town. My name's Katie.
I'm Frank. I'm the innkeeper.
We didn't think anyone else was still in town.
Wouldn't be here if I had a choice.
He nods toward his leg, which is bruised and swollen.
I fell down while checking to make sure the rooms were empty.
If you're the innkeeper, you must have a key to the front door, right?
That's right.
He reaches into his pocket and pulls out a set of keys.
Why?
A group of us came inside, but the door locked behind us.
That shouldn't be possible without the keys.
Does anyone else have a key?
Nope.
Not the staff or security or anything?
Now, I've got the only set of keys. Room keys are a different matter, but the main keys I keep with me.
Can I have the keys? Everyone's panicking and we really need to get the door open. What?
You really think I'm gonna hand over my keys to someone I never met before?
If you can't lock yourself.
You might be planning to run off and leave me here. Or maybe you're possessed by the dead fella. You plan to lock me in.
That's ridiculous.
Say what you like, but you're not getting these keys.
I said go haphazardly all the way, but I don't know if I want to try to take him by force. That's just kind of mean. Because I don't think that he's the bad guy. If he doesn't trust me because we've never met, maybe there's someone here he would trust.
Who would you trust with the keys?
Officer Mike.
If he's already evacuated.
He was here helping me. Said he'd be right
Oh
back.
no. He gives me a suspicious look as if he suspects I did something.
All right, I'll see if I can find Officer Mike. I'll be back.
I hurry back out to the room and into the hall, and there's no sign of Rita. Huh, she can't still be searching the rooms, can she? I was in there talking to Frank for a while. I better go downstairs to see if she's returned without me. Stairs creak under my footsteps as I head back down. Downstairs in the lobby, Willow and Vinny are standing by the door. It doesn't look like they've made any progress. Joseph paces nearby, looking miserable and even more distressed than when we left. They look up.
Katie? What happened to Rita?
You mean she didn't come down first?
No.
Strange. Wonder what's taking her so long.
Joseph stops pacing and he stares at me with his wide eyes and doesn't say a word.
If she doesn't come down soon, I'll go check on her.
I bet you will.
What's that supposed to mean?
But I don't understand. Why did you come down alone?
I met a man named Frank upstairs. He got stuck here because he injured his leg. I figured he was the one we heard.
Man, how many people are stuck here?
He also said Officer Mike was here helping him, but I don't know if that means he's here at the inn or out in town somewhere.
Here at the inn.
The sudden voice makes me jump, and we all look up at the stairs.
I was checking the rooms, and who did I find but Officer Mike? He was here helping Frank.
Did you talk to Frank? He said he'd trust you with the keys.
Yep, and I've got them.
He holds up the set of keys the innkeeper had.
Oh, thank God.
Mike hurries down the stairs and over to the door where he inserts one of the keys into the lock, and it fits smoothly. Then he twists and tries to open the door. Nothing happens.
That's strange.
He tries again.
The door key works, but it still won't open. Some sort of barricade set up outside? That's possible.
Then there's nothing to worry about. Whoever trapped us in here would be stuck outside.
Unless it was one of us. Who came in last?
Are you honestly suggesting one of us blocked the door from the outside without us noticing?
It's possible. If they set it up so they could pull it towards the door as it's shut.
You seem to have put a lot of thought into this, Joseph.
Not really, I just... Wait, are you accusing me?
Calm down, all of you. Accusing one another won't get us anywhere. Let's sit down and talk about this rationally.
You want to sit and talk? We should be finding a way to bust out!
If one of us really is possessed by the spirit of Matthew Hare, a situation like that is exactly what could give him the opening he needs to claim a victim.
Or for someone to panic and do something irrational.
The best thing we can do is keep an eye on one another until morning comes.
He walks into the inn's common area and sits down. After a moment, the rest of us all do the same. I don't like being trapped here. It's just really a chance one of us did it on purpose. For a while, we just look at each other.
Well, at least we can all agree that I didn't do it.
Why?
Whoa, you all came in after me. The door was working fine then, and you all had your eyes on me the entire time.
He has a point.
Yeah, but how do we know you didn't rig it so it would break after a set amount of time?
You've gotta be kidding me.
We can sit around here throwing around what-if ideas all night, but it won't get us anywhere. Does anyone have any proof, any hard evidence that might point toward a culprit?
It was Willow.
Excuse me?
You're the one who noticed Vinny's car. If not for you, none of us would be in here.
That's your hard evidence? I pointed out a car we might be able to use to escape?
But we couldn't use it to escape because we got locked in here. He has a...
I've already seen this.
You're always denying the curse exists too. That's the perfect cover for Matthew Hare. Use your natural behavior to make us all lower our guard.
I'll admit, it does look like more evidence points toward Willow than anyone else right now.
This is unbelievable.
Are you going trying to kill me?
No!
Lies. I know you are. I've always known I'd die this way.
No one needs to die.
Now calm down. No one needs to die.
What do you recommend we do?
Sorry.
Nothing.
Sorry, what?
If no one tries anything, nothing needs to be done. As long as we keep an eye on each other for the rest of the night, nothing can go wrong.
Ah, he died.
No!
Guys,
No. It really
Damn it.
is you, isn't it?
I'll tell Vinny to shoot this time. Mike is out of control. If he actually shot Rita right now, we need to stop him, no matter the cost. Vinny fires the
Do
gun.
it.
His shot grazes the back of Mike's head. Mike turns, raising the gun to fire back at Vinny. Vinny shoots a second time, then a third, then a fourth, and Mike collapses.
Oh my god, I owe you my life.
She covers her face and starts sobbing.
You. Officer Mike, I can't believe it was him. I just can't believe it.
At least we can all rest easy now. It had to be him, you know? I'll give you all room.
He says it
Great
like it's a
job.
joke, but I don't think anyone feels like laughing right now. It's a long night. The few moments of sleep I manage to get are disturbed by nightmares. At last, morning arrives. Soon people begin returning to town. They're able to break us out of the inn, much to my relief. Technically, this is my home now. I should get on with moving in, as I intended to do. Yeah, I've already seen this. But the memories at the end still haunt me. Everyone says we're lucky, they consider us fortunate, but I don't feel fortunate at all. One way or another, I'm getting out of this town as soon as I can. Maybe then the nightmares will stop. Okay. So we got another ending. Interesting. Interesting. Let's go through it again. Let's make a couple different decisions.
You picked the poor time to... Oh, you're one of those.
I'm a rational person.
Well, I can't force you to evacuate, but you'll be risking your life if you don't.
Do you seriously expect me to believe the entire town has evacuated because some sort of curse?
Let me explain. Many years ago, on Halloween, the spirit returns. Excuse me, I need to make my own preparations.
There is no such thing as curses.
Oh dear. Oh dear, you're one of those types.
Sorry?
Well, just head over to the Historical Society, and you'll learn everything you need to know about the curse.
Thank you.
Okay. I already know it.
Yes, it's been going on so long now, I'm amazed. It's all coincidence and paranoia, if you ask me. The people of this town have done a better job
little man just woke
tormenting
up.
themselves
Hold
than a
on.
ghost ever could.
One sec. Okay, he just needed water. Let's get back into this.
That's a relief. I was starting to think I was the only one. I'm glad to know someone else sees how irrational it is.
How can you say that?
Why? Aren't you planning to leave?
I might just stay here. Why not?
All alone?
You're nuts!
I just moved here and you guys want me to leave already. That's a bit of a hassle.
Still, to stay in an empty town by yourself, I don't know.
Where do people go anyway?
Some visit relatives, some plan trips for this time of year.
Calm down. Calm down? We're all How can you be so calm about this?
I don't believe in curses, so...
You'll see. If we don't find a way out of here, we're all doomed.
We can't stay here on Halloween. What are we gonna do?
Stop panicking and look over there.
Okay, we've already seen this.
Someone's still here?
I've already seen this.
Thank
Can I not skip it?
goodness.
Nope.
What if it's the killer?
We should at least
I might
go
not
and
believe in the
find
curse,
out.
but I'm curious to see how it
I
all
thought
plays
everyone
out.
Left by now.
Okay, there's Vinny.
Whoa, evacuated. What's going?
If you had any sense, you'd believe in it too.
Did you say a curse?
That's right. They think the spirit of some dead guy is going to...
You can explain it once we're safely away from here. For now, Vinny, we desperately need use of your car.
Guess there's no point in me standing around in an empty inn by myself. Sure, let's...
It's happened already. He's already possessed someone. Accidentally? How many times have you accidentally locked yourself in a public building?
Katie's right. It's strange. But when we rushed in here, we must have locked it by mistake.
Could someone fill me in?
Yep, I'm not going
Did
up there.
he just say...
Well, I'm going upstairs.
Forget about the curses for a minute. Even without a curse, someone locking us in here is a bad sign.
But why would someone do that?
Taking advantage of people's panic about the curse, maybe? If someone... He'd get a lot more sympathy
Yeah, I've
that
seen
way.
this.
The killer is probably watching us right
Search
now.
for the key.
Wait.
I refuse to be party to such things. It's just
Stay
so
calm.
silly, though. We'd all be better off if people would stop panicking. I don't know. Joseph is taking an awfully long time to find his hammer, too.
Do you think we should check on them?
Splitting
I'll
up
go
is a
check
bad
on Joseph.
idea.
I can check the staff rooms for the key while I'm at it. You make sure Rita and Vinny are alright.
Because he has a hammer, he could actually kill Willow
Thank you.
by himself.
We should check on Joseph.
Okay.
Worried?
I'll let him stay here.
Worried about me?
Because he's the one that tries to kill Willow. So,
If that's what he wants to do, why should we object?
Thank you. Thank you so much.
At least it's safe here.
I suppose you're right.
If we find a way out, we'll let you know, okay?
I won't leave. I'll stay here until Halloween.
Willow looks worried, but we turn and walk out of the storage room alone.
Night tonight.
Just as the doors swing shut behind us, we hear footsteps on the staircase. Rita leads the way down the stairs, followed by Vinny and a man in a police uniform, another older man.
Oh, well, where's Joseph?
He's hiding in the storage room.
He said he felt safer there, so we decided it was best to let him stay.
Vinny and Mike help Frank over to the door. Frank pulls a large set of keys, and he figures out it's broken.
Oh, I tried the key. Nothing happened. The door...
That's possible. Any door can break.
Mine never broke before.
We've certainly had an unusual string of bad luck today, and on Halloween of all days.
Yes, and that adds a complication.
What is it?
I've seen enough over the years to make me believe the curse is real. If Matthew Hayers possessed someone, he wouldn't just trap us.
There was a brief period of time where
Excuse
we
me.
were distracted talking to Vinny.
I suggest we all sit down and talk this over calmly. The best thing we can do is keep an eye on one another until morning comes. Well,
Wait, why is he here?
have any reason to suspect someone else?
Joseph has been acting strangely.
He's scared. That's all.
It's got to be one
Excuse
of
me.
us.
Does it? I mean, no offense, but this all
Don't
sounds
go
kinda
blaming.
nuts to me.
Then maybe it's you.
You're joking, right?
You seem awfully eager to deny the curse.
That hardly makes him suspicious.
What? Does he mean Vinny
What
has
if
a
I
gun?
told you he's packing heat, huh?
So, I've got a permit for it.
It'd be awfully nice for Matthew Hare to possess someone with a gun.
Oh my. It just occurred to me that Vinny's car is the reason we all ran here. If he wasn't here, we wouldn't be trapped.
Now we're getting somewhere.
Please, stay calm. Calm?
You're all nuts.
Please, stay calm.
Calm? I stop at a small town on my way home to be with my family. Nice little town to spend Halloween. Or so I think. Next thing I know, I'm locked in an inn with a bunch of crackpots who believe one of them is possessed.
Yeah, I know how you feel.
Nothing has happened here tonight that
Yes.
can't be explained away by paranoia.
He has a point.
You have no real reason to suspect me of anything.
You won't mind sitting with us here all night long.
Thank God.
If it brings an end to this insanity, no.
What about the rest of you?
That's fine with me.
Me too.
Yeah, might as well.
If you think it's for the best, Officer Mack, then so do I.
I hope everyone is comfortable. We're gonna be sitting here.
Okay, I don't like that look on his face. With that decided, our long night begins. Joseph overheard our plan and reluctantly agreed to come out to the common room with us.
If you need to sleep, don't worry. I'll be able to stay up all night long by myself if necessary.
Oh no! No way am I going to sleep when there's a killer among us! I won't risk being the one killed!
No one is going to kill you.
Of course not. Because I'm going to stay awake all night so they don't get a chance.
Man, you people make me nervous. I'm not gonna be able to sleep tonight either.
We make you nervous? You're the outsider here.
And do you have any idea how you come across to a stranger?
Let's not start fighting now that we finally agreed to settle down and wait for morning.
How about some Parcheesi?
What are we going to do then? We can't just sit here staring at one another all night long.
We could tell stories.
Stories?
Sure, something to keep ourselves distracted so we don't fall asleep.
I can't
They might
say I'm
help.
quite in the mood for stories at a time like this. How?
They'll give us a way to pass the time and keep ourselves from worrying too much.
I doubt that will help under the circumstances.
Well, maybe ordinary stories won't help, but wouldn't it be good to get to know each other better? We hardly know anything about Katie and Vinny after all.
It's so suspicious that we'd get two outsiders on Halloween of all days.
For crying out loud.
Ugh, I wish I'd come on a different day.
This is probably giving you a pretty bad impression of our town.
To move into a new place and immediately be told there's a curse on it, and then for all of this to happen next? You could say that, yeah. It's been quite an experience.
You should have known better than to move here on Halloween!
Very least, wait.
Would you have stayed if you had?
At the very least, I would have waited to move in.
No one would have blamed you if you chose not to move in at all.
Have none of you thought of moving away?
But it's a home!
Maybe I'll leave if I survive tonight. I can't take much more of this.
Yeah, I imagine this would wear on you, year after year.
Why did you move here anyway?
It seemed like a nice town, and I got a good deal on the house.
Are you sure it wasn't
He
the
stares
curse drawing
suspiciously
here?
around the room.
Maybe Matthew Hare wanted as many potential victims around as possible.
Oh, don't be ridiculous. Everyone knows he only has powers on Halloween.
What
No
if we're wrong?
superstition stuff.
Huh?
What if he pretends to only have power on Halloween to lull us into a false sense of security the rest of the year?
Now, that's just crazy talk.
I wouldn't put any.
He shudders and closes his eyes.
Why are you so convinced that the curse is real anyway?
Because there's evidence! I was here another Halloween, years ago when I was a teen.
What happened?
Everyone was evacuating, but I didn't understand. I thought it was a game, like it would be fun to sneak back against the rules. It was just something people were telling me not to do. How was I supposed to know it was this serious?
Calm down.
Sorry.
He shudders.
Are you saying your family evacuated, but you snuck back into town?
That's right. And I saw a few people stayed behind. One was hunting the others with a butcher's knife. I don't know what happened next.
He stares
I ran.
past us, his eyes
I tried
wide.
to forget what I saw. The next day we came back home. I didn't want to, but I had no choice.
He falls silent with another shudder.
Someone died. I heard them talking about it, and I knew what I saw that night was.
What happened was terrible, but it doesn't mean there was a curse.
How? How can you stay so calm after what's happened here today?
I believe there's a logical explanation for everything.
Like what?
People become dangerous when they're afraid. The curse fuels paranoia, which leads people to do desperate things, which in turn causes more paranoia and fear of the curse.
You think it's a sign?
Yeah.
Feeding on itself.
Exactly.
Well, that still means it's dangerous to be here on Halloween.
A self-fulfilling prophecy.
Doesn't that mean we could overcome it if we all work together?
That's what we're trying to do right now.
I know, but... next year, it'll be the same thing. It'll never stop.
That's the curse of Matthew Hayer.
Curse or not, I suppose he got his revenge, didn't he?
What do you mean?
Terrible things have happened in this town. One wrong move could have led to a tragedy here tonight. In the end, does it really matter if the cause was supernatural or not?
Yes, it does.
Maybe not. Dead is dead, whether the killer is possessed or just misguided.
I'm not sure that's the best attitude to take.
Why not?
Someone who is possessed can't be held responsible for their
That's a
own
good point.
actions. It's an important difference.
I'd say someone driven by unreasoning fear isn't entirely in control either.
That's why we need to break out of the cycle.
It will work.
Do you really believe that?
I do.
It'll never end. This isn't enough, not even close.
Well, whether we successfully break the cycle of fear or simply avoid falling prey to a curse, it doesn't change the fact that we'll be staying here all night.
So, how about those stories?
You still think that's the best way to pass the time?
Well, it might ease the tension a bit. We ought to learn more about our two newcomers, if nothing
Vinny
else,
shrugs and looks
just
around
like
at the rest of
Officer
us.
Mike said.
You want to learn about me now?
It might help your case, to be fair.
I was on a trip.
Good point.
Until this morning. I had to travel across the country, so I was just on my way back.
What do you want to know?
I stopped here.
What brings you to these parts?
I work at
Just
a
passing
grocery
through.
store chain.
I was on a trip for work until this morning. I had to travel across the country, so I was just on my way back when I stopped here.
What do you do?
I work at a grocery store chain. They send me out to inspect the stores all across the country.
I would not have guessed that.
Figures.
He could be making it all up.
Well, at least it makes for a good story in that case.
You people are something else, you know that?
He reaches into his coat and everyone tenses.
Yeah, that's right.
It must be rough to be
He slowly pulls out two carved wooden toys.
It's not
One in the
great,
shape of
but
a
I
cat
try to
while the
make
other
up
is a
for it.
bird.
Relax, would you?
Something nice to look forward to.
I try to get unusual things from wherever work takes me. It's not the same as me being home, but at least I have something nice to look forward to.
That's really sweet.
If Vinny is telling the truth, then I
She
hope
waves her
we all
hands.
survive the night so he can get home to his family.
Personally, I'd like us all to survive, even if he's lying.
Oh, of course. I didn't mean. It's just so incredible to think we might actually survive the curse without evacuating.
You firmly believe in the curse, don't you?
There's so much evidence supporting it. I don't know how anyone cannot believe it.
We just went through this.
The curse is part of the town's history. There's no denying that.
It's a rather ghastly story, too.
I think it's quite sad.
Sympathy for the ghost who
Not
wants us all
entirely.
dead. Why am I not surprised?
Anyway, you can talk about logic all you want, but if paranoia was the true cause of the curse, wouldn't people have figured that out by now? It's gone on too long to be that simple.
She's right. Any year where you escape the curse does nothing to disprove its existence.
So you'd have us all sit around waiting to die instead of trying to get away?
Calm down. We're sitting here precisely so that we don't die.
What do you think, Officer Mike? You've been around here long enough. Is there a curse, or isn't there?
Huh. You know, it's hard to say.
How?
I've read reports that defy my explanation, but I've also found that seemingly supernatural things often have a logical answer, no matter how strange they seem. Yet at the same time, I don't want to rule anything out.
Do you think someone here is possessed?
I think we'll have our answers in the morning.
That's right. Whoever's possessed won't remember tonight.
That'll be a relief to settle this once and for all.
Unless
With
the
that,
possessed
conversation
person is
lulls.
someone we don't know is here,
Time passes
waiting
slowly.
and watching us.
I can't bring myself to relax, and it's clear everyone else feels the same way. Everyone is too nervous, too on edge.
Right.
The night deepens, and I start to get tired.
Remember, if you need to
Frank shrugs.
Stop saying that! It becomes less reassuring the more often you say it!
I'm just trying to help.
We could go back to telling stories.
He rubs his chin and
Why
he
do you
thinks
keep
and
coming
clears
back
his throat.
around to that?
I like exchanging stories with people. It's nice. Reminds me of the good old days.
Do you have a story to share with us then?
Uh-huh.
He settles back into his chair and as he tells the story.
There was a butterfly that lived on the edge of a lake. The butterfly woke up each morning and looked at its reflection in the water. It knew that the color of its wings made it beautiful. One day, when the butterfly was staring into the lake, a fish leaped out of the water. The butterfly was startled and flew back in fear, but the fish was merely playing. As it watched, the butterfly became enamored of the fish's beautiful, shimmering scales.
Was it that beautiful? It's just a fish.
Shh, let him tell his story.
From then on, it became a routine. Every day, the butterfly looked at its reflection in the lake. Every day, the fish disturbed it, and the butterfly admired its scales. Why do my wings not shimmer in the light? The butterfly asked itself in frustration. Why could I not have been a fish?
A butterfly is way prettier than a fish.
This isn't the turn I expected the story to
butterfly
take.
grew to hate its colorful wings and envy the fish. At last, one day, it devised a plan. It would steal one of the fish's scales for itself, and then it would be beautiful. And so, when the fish leaped from the water, the butterfly landed on it. The startled fish could do nothing but return
Frank
to
closes
the
his eyes
water
and takes a
as
deep
usual.
breath before finishing his
The
story
butterfly
in a
crashed
somber
down with
voice.
it. The water seeped into its beautiful wings, and although the butterfly tried to claim a scale, its waterlogged wings dragged it deep underwater.
It did it to itself, though. Silence fills the room. At last, Joseph breaks it.
The butterfly's last thought was not one of regret, but one of resentment at the fish for causing its demise.
Thanks for lightening the mood.
Ooh.
What?
Ooh.
What did I do?
Ooh.
That wasn't exactly a happy story, Frank.
It's not meant to be happy. It's meant to be meaningful.
Meaningful?
True. The butterfly was pretty envious of the fish, wasn't it?
The butterfly was beautiful too, but it couldn't stand the knowledge that the fish was more beautiful. It felt like it had to be the best, no matter what the cost.
We should all remember that everyone around us has their own hopes. And
Silence fills the room once again.
if we were more considerate of others,
The time seems to pass so slowly. I look out the window and wonder how long it'll take for morning to come.
Story to tell under the circumstances.
Oh, I'm sorry. It's an old
Everyone looks at
favorite
him.
of mine.
We know you meant well.
So, do you know any happier stories, Frank? It just might not be such a bad way to pass the time after all, okay?
I have a few.
For that matter, I know some stories I could tell.
well, I don't have much experience.
And so the
in
night wears on as we
storytelling,
exchange
but
story
I
after
could tell
story,
one of my favorites.
waiting for morning to bring
I
us the
tell my
truth of the
kids
curse.
stories, so I've probably got one.
When
or
morning
two
arrives, we're all
memorized by
still
now.
alive. I
If
can hardly believe
everyone
we
is
all made
doing
it.
This, then I can give it a
With the
try.
arrival of morning, everyone else
Why
begins
not?
to return
We
to
have
town.
a lot of time to pass.
Soon they're able to break us all out. Getting into the fresh air again is a relief. I take a deep breath and let it out.
Looks like I can finally move on. It's been fun, but I'm out of here. Wait just a moment.
We're alive. We're all alive!
What is it?
I'm so glad.
Frank, how you holding up? Is your leg feeling better?
I need to go to the doctor, but I'm doing all right.
Looks like I could finally move on. It's been fun, but I'm out of here.
Wait just a moment. Please. All of you.
What is it?
From what people have been saying, is it true that we all remember what happened yesterday?
Sure, why?
The legend claims the person who was possessed doesn't remember what happened.
You're right, and we never did figure out who it was.
I remember everything. I was scared to death.
I was quite frightened as well.
I'm just glad to be out of there.
I thought for sure I'd doomed myself, getting stuck here on Halloween.
I remember everything that happened.
You see, none of us were possessed after all.
Wait a minute. Why would Matthew Hayter just skip a year?
Because there is no curse. There never was. It was all in our minds.
You know, that makes a lot of sense.
I don't know. I'm still leaving next Halloween.
Look over there! Those tacks on the ground. I must have run them over in my car. That's what happened to my tires.
Bet I'll find out the doll was an accident too.
Well, it looks like this wasn't such a terrible Halloween after all.
I hear you all got trapped in town on Halloween.
That's right. But we all survived.
How did you manage that?
No one was possessed.
Seems like your curse is just the result of coincidence and paranoia.
Hang on, are you two visitors?
Oh,
Oh, you must have had some awful bad luck to choose our town to pass through on Halloween.
Tell me about it.
I'm not a visitor. I just moved into town. We met yesterday.
We did? That must have slipped my mind.
oh
Anyway.
God.
I'm off.
I have some work to catch up on.
Oh, me too. Losing a whole day is so
Looks like everyone is leaving. I guess I'll finish moving in.
I'm just glad I don't have to follow.
I head back to my house feeling like a weight has been lifted from my shoulders.
I've got to find
This is my
someone
new
to fix
home
this
after
doll.
all. Now that we don't have to worry about a
over.
curse, I think I'm going to like it
It's
here.
really over? I think I'll go say some prayers.
Did it? We beat it, and we got the good ending. Although the mayor, there may be a curse after all. Interesting. So the mayor doesn't remember anything. That's creepy. Okay. Oh no.
The stress of Halloween really gets to me. My memories are always such a blur. It's almost as if... Still, I really
Did I
can't
really meet
remember
that
anything
young woman
happened.
yesterday?
The stress of Halloween
Oh
really
no.
gets to me.
I just unlocked
My
the
memories
truth.
are always such a blur. It's almost
So the mayor
as
was
if-
possessed.
Nah, can't be. Still, though, I really
Cool.
can't remember
We got some good
anything that
unlocks.
happened.
That's fun. I like going through it again, trying to get all the different endings and stuff too. So definitely go wishlist this. Go check it out on Steam. I think it's on Nintendo Switch as well. I'm not sure about Xbox, maybe. But if you liked it, go check it out. It's a fun little visual novel, and it is completely voice acted, which is insane, and I love it. And the voice acting is actually really good. So thank you guys for watching. Thank you, Indie Game Collective, once again. Thank you to the devs for the key for this. It's a great game. I love the artwork. I love the character design. And the story's top notch. I mean, it really has you thinking it's about paranoia, but I like that little twist at the end, so that was good. Everyone have a good night. Thank you again. We'll be back tomorrow playing the Short Games Collection on Nintendo Switch, which I don't even know what to expect from that. So I'll see you tomorrow night, same time, same place. Thanks for watching. Have a good night.